Hey guys, this is Vanessa here. Today we're going to be doing a garden update and a small harvest. We have a couple of strawberries remaining in this bed. Yeah, because the little one has been coming out here and picking them daily as they ripen. There's just, these are still green. Yeah, he's been picking them, putting them in his little bag. Well, he's eating them because there's more. So here I have strawberries in this bed and some onions. Over here I've got lettuce and cucumbers and snap peas. Here's a cabbage that I found growing in my compost pile, and as you can see here, it's going to seed, and I'm happy for that. I'll have my own cabbage seeds. Down here I have the banana peppers. Containing my garden. Here's my banana peppers. If you happen to see this video, they're super small, but you know, they're struggling from having brought them out too early, but they're coming, and I'm really looking forward to having these banana peppers because they're really delicious. In the other bed over here I have a crazy variety of stuff. So I have collard greens. This is some squash here, I believe. This is one of those battered ones that came out too early, and the hardening off process was a disaster. They were battered, they got too cold. Okay, sweetie. And so it's not doing well. As you can see, it's already flowering, and it's super tiny. That's not supposed to happen at that size. It should be way bigger than this. Anyhow, so I have the collard greens. These are collard greens I purchased. This one is one of them that I bought, and planted by seed. These ones I bought this as a start. This is by seed, and they're struggling. They should be way bigger than this. At least this one is around about the size it should be, but then here's this one that's super tiny, and I have some over in the other bed back there that's super tiny too, like this one. Like, look at those two together. Like, this is what most of them look like, and even smaller than that. And they should be way bigger. This should be bigger too, but this is the one that's doing the best. I have these lettuce here. They're not doing so bad. These are planted directly in here. The ones that I transplanted, those are, I just pulled them out because they were really sad, really, really sad. I also have here, what you call these again? I forgot. Radishes, that's right. There we go. Radish. I have some radish. Look like almost ready to harvest. I would think the tops would get bigger than this. The tops are kind of small. This one, the top is kind of small there, but the radish looks pretty big down there. I've never grown radishes before, so I really don't know what to expect. So it's nice discovering there's a lot more lettuce out there, and these were all planted at the same time, guys. And as you can see, these ones here are doing a lot better than those ones there. I have more soil here, and I have a different type of soil here at the edge than what I had put over there. And all those little green ones you see there, most of it is spinach. Some of it is radishes as well. Here are the green beans. I need to harvest these too. So I'm just gonna pause right here and harvest these before they get too hard. So we're harvesting and we decided to try it because we heard you could eat it right just like this, right out of the garden. Now look at the little one go. Are you eating it, Mordecai?
I'm going to step on this orange bug.
Here you go.
Thank you.
How is it? Is it good?
Yes.
All right. Well, that was really fun experiencing that. It's the first time we've grown these. Let's harvest. There's a couple more that are ready for harvesting. And I'm learning really quickly now too that when we plant, we have to ensure that we plant a certain amount so that when you harvest, you have more than a handful. So like, even though, thank you, honey. Nice and crunchy. even though I did have a lot more than these and they died. But this is really making it obvious for me, like, yeah, when I plant, I need to make sure I plant enough of each item so that when it's time to harvest and I harvest, I do have a decent amount that I could cook for my family. Otherwise, I'm going to have to harvest them and then probably freeze them until it adds up to a decent, meal, enough to make a decent meal. So this is what these look like right here. Yep, not looking great, but we still got to harvest something. Let's put them in your little bag, Mordecai. Are you ready to go in? It's too hot? Yeah, you could go on in. So in the next bed, I have more banana peppers, and I totally planted these from seed right here. So they should be doing great. No transplants with these ones here. I have more radish over here because I was trying to experiment with the beds and the soil, because I bought different bags of soil at different times and I wanted to see how they were going to do. I have since learned a lot about bag soil and cardboard and what not to do. You can check out the other video on that. And I have callaloo. Callaloo is a greens, but it's very soft. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to cook, but it's super yummy and it's very nutritious. And they're super small right now. I'm going to have to transplant these into other beds because when I planted these seeds were like sand grains. So I just took them and just dusted it out, and as you can see there, that's a lot of little ones. Over here in this other bed, I've got Swiss chard, I have onions, I have carrots, I have kale in the back. The kale here and there were planted at the same time, and these are not doing as great. Those back there are taking off, doing pretty good. And I have little sunflowers along the edges at the back right there. I planted sunflowers from the little kids activity pack that I bought at Walmart. Got sunflowers, zinnia, and another plant. I planted them around the edge, so I can't wait for those to bloom. So I have more. I have beans here, more peas and potatoes. Over here, more carrots and green onions, and these are really doing poorly, guys. Like, I planted these a long time ago and they're still not established. They're really, really struggling because of the soil in this bed and because the cardboard. I just didn't know, and I didn't do well. Something else happened yesterday. So I'm looking at this bed and a lot of my onions, this is happening to them. They're curling. I need to look that up and see why they're curling. Some of them are doing very bad. One that was right here actually died. I pulled it out. It's a remnants of it that I pulled out yesterday. And when I examined the stem, it was rotting slightly, and I found like a pupa, if that's what you call it, like a little hard casing of shell of some kind of insect that had fed on the onion, and now it was going to hatch a little later on. And I found tiny baby snails, really, really tiny. They were so tiny. I was trying to pick them off so I could have them, save them, but I put the onion down and then they curled away. Of course, right? So smart. Anyway, guys, so this is what this bed is looking like. And remember all the herbs that I started in the containers? Well, this is what they're looking like. This is the thyme. This is some sage. I also put rosemary in here, but I don't see any rosemary. I believe those had died. I'm not sure why they died, but the little seedlings came up and then they died shortly after. It might have been the heat, and then I planted sage after. So these are all sage. This is parsley, I think, yes. And this is cilantro. This is oregano, and this is lemongrass. It's just doing so well since I put it in this pot. Yeah, this right here is my elderberry, and it's not doing well. I think I need to put it in the ground. It's not doing great. It should be looking a lot bigger than this based on the size of it when I initially put it in this pot. Yeah, they're not doing great. Oh, here's my little rose. I took a little cutting. I was in New York and brought it down. Look at it. It's doing pretty good. Here's, I think, some sunflowers popping up. Should be another one. Yeah, these beds need a lot of work now. I have to pick up all these cardboards and get rid of them because I find that they're also hiding critters under these cardboards in here. So they're helping and they're harming at the same time. So I have some tomatoes over here. At this end of the bed, this is where I had the little compost pile. And I just put some more dirt on top of it. And then all this stuff started springing up. I'm not sure what they are. This I planted. This is a cucumber. I planted it here. But these, I believe these are cantaloupes. Because I know we had a lot of cantaloupes at the end of the year last year. And I put them in the compost pile, I think. The tomatoes I planted. This potato I planted. But this one and this one, these are from potato skins that were in the compost. And they are... I'm surprised to see this. But this right here, that's a whole potato I planted there. And then I see these popping up over here. Here's one more. There were more. The others have died, but this other bed over here has mostly potatoes and onions. And here's a sweet potato. I planted 3 sweet potatoes in here, and I'm only seeing 1 produce. I don't know what happened to the other ones. But yeah. And I have carrots here and there. You see these carrots are bigger than the ones on the other side with the green onions, and these were planted after those. Like, I don't know. Here's corn. You know the 3 sister rule? Corn, bean, and I think cucumbers? I'm not sure. Anyway, I put the cucumber over here because I wanted to put it in the ground, in the native soil, to see how it would do. And I think, based on all the other cucumbers that I put in around about the same time, the ones who were older, this is doing pretty fantastic. The bean is coming up. Beans seem to be outdoing the corn. The corns are doing very well too. But they didn't start doing well until I covered them with some soil. I had planted them directly in the native soil, and I think it compacted over them, and they weren't coming up initially, and now they're all coming up. This is a transplant, or start, what you call it, okra that I planted, and they're just suffering. I think I damaged the roots while, transferring them. So then I got some seeds and I planted those, and those are coming along pretty good. I also planted some beets over here. And guys, we should definitely label. I see what they mean about making sure you label, because I didn't remember I planted them. And then I bought more bag soil and I poured it over the top of it because I was trying to heal up the potatoes, and totally covered the beets. So a lot of them have died. 1 and 2 is still coming out here and there. You see that one? And this one, I guess this one got washed away. But some of them are struggling to come through because I covered them with the soil. I planted this tomato here because I wanted to see how well it would do in this bed. And here are some other tomatoes here. These are directly in the native soil. Here's some more Swiss chard in the native soil, not any store-bought bag soil or anything. Just more potatoes here and cabbages here. And I have a whole bunch of stuff on the other side, guys. But yep, this is what the garden is looking like now. I'm a little disappointed with all the setbacks, naturally, but I'm glad at the same time because I've really learned some huge lessons and they're going to last me a lifetime. And I can also, you know, pass this information on to someone, which is the reason for these videos. And I'm getting to do it with my kid. So, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.